Hi, I've had a lesson cancelled on me today, so I've had an hour free in the studio, so I just wanted to try something really quickly with a track I've been working on. I've got this track called The Centre of the Universe, which I wrote a couple of years ago. It's about an argument. It's not really about an argument, it's about, what it's about is, there's a guy I used to work with some time ago, and he and I had a big disagreement. I went out of my way to try and resolve it with this guy, and whilst I was talking to him, whilst I was trying to sort it out with him, the only things he had to say were about how he felt about the situation, about how it had affected him, about what was on his mind. And he had absolutely no interest whatsoever about how I felt or how any of the other people who'd been affected by this scenario actually felt. And I just started to realise that this guy, all he thought about was his self. And so I started to call him the centre of the universe, because I'm sure he thinks that everything revolves around him. So anyway, so I wrote this tune about it, and I recorded it a couple of years ago, and it came out very well, but there was just something about it, just something I couldn't put my finger on it, but I wasn't happy with it. So the other day I started doing, I thought I'll just record it again in a different way. So I worked out a way of doing the song with the acoustic guitar and vocal, because I'm going to be doing some appearances on radio soon, and I need some songs that I can do in that fashion. So I worked out an acoustic and voice version of it, and then I put the acoustic guitar down and started adding other instruments, coming up with parts, and everything on the track so far on this new version is very simplistic. It's all very basic, and it's coming from a kind of it's an acoustic type track, I suppose. It's got percussion wise, it's got kick drum. It's actually played on, just me kicking this stomper pedal actually to get a kick drum sound. Stomper pedal from Urchin Percussion, and it's got a snare drum. It's got a snare drum on it, which I was looking after for someone, and craftily just used it whilst it was taking up a bit of my studio space. And what else? We've got acoustic bass. We've got acoustic guitar. And then there is some acoustic slide guitar played on this thing here, which I'm still getting to grips with, but it's a very simplistic slide part, but it works quite nicely, I think. And then what else is on there? There's a banjo on there, a banjo from Pilgrim Instruments, which I might do a little video of that because it's a really interesting little instrument. But that's all. There's a guide vocal on, but the vocal needs re-recording properly, and that's about it. It's the intro. And so anyway, so what I wanted to try, that was the point, what I wanted to try very quickly was, should it or should it not have a little bit of piano on it, because I'm quite happy with how it sounds. I've actually got a mix on the music which is pretty close actually to how I think it should go, but I just wanted to try adding one more instrument, and I figured maybe a piano very quietly in the background, and all I'm thinking is just like a one, maybe an octave, no, maybe this octave, and maybe just like a simple chord movement, like a something like that in the back of this verse. Let me just see if I can zap this onto verse. I think we come in about here. Give me a bar's notice. Okay. Oh, wrong chord. There we are. Something like that, at least for that part of the song anyway. That's my thinking. Just very, very simplistic. It's just one more instrument just to add another little bit of depth and richness to it, if that's the right word, I'm not sure. And I don't know exactly how I'm going to play it on the rest of the song at all yet. But when I set my keyboard, because I don't normally have a keyboard set up because I've got a fairly small studio space and the keyboard is it takes up a lot of room, and I don't play keys that often, although I ought to, because my mum was a piano player, and she showed me the basics of how to play when I was even littler, and I, you know, I kind of, it's an instrument of, oh, who's after me now? Oh, bugger off. Yeah, it's an instrument that I've just neglected. I can play it, I enjoy it, I like the instrument, but I've just totally neglected it. I guess I'm just more interested in things with strings, but yeah, so I set up my, the great thing about this M-Audio key station that I bought off Gav, the great thing is it's so light and it's easy to just stick it in the corner, put the stand behind it, and unplug the USB lead, and that's it. And when I want to use it, just, you know, USB into the piano software on my computer, and I've got any keyboard sound I want. It's fabulous, and the keys are really, really, you know, they've got a great sort of weight to them, and I like it. It's like playing an electric piano. So, what was I on about? Yeah, so I set the keyboard up just to have a quick go with this idea, but the first thing I did was give me a bit of a dilemma. Was I played the tune from the chorus of this song, so very simple, and then added the chords. So the chords would be that's right, I think. So and I put that together. Yeah, that's it. And it's quite nice sounding, but there's no room for that in the song. The song is a complete structure, and there's no room in it really for the piano to be a feature, but I quite like the sound. That's quite nice. And then I had a little go at expanding. This is where I'm going to really mess up. I had a little go on expanding upon the melody, so like a that was dreadful, but you know, something along just kind of like taking the melody and trying to take it somewhere else with the same chords. And I promise you that earlier I played a few things that actually sounded really awesome. So I don't know, what I might do is use this little idea as a little after the song's finished, like a little, maybe a reprise just on piano, perhaps something like that, because it struck me that it would be nice when I release a song as a single, because I think I might release this one as a download single. We'll see how it ends up, see if it's shit or not when I finished it, but it would be nice if the download single was slightly different. You know, if the album version was a bit longer, had a bit more to it. So I may add a little bit after the song, or possibly after, because it's got a gentle intro anyway. And then yes, so if you buy the downloadable single version of it from me, or if you listen to it on Spotify, you get a single version, and then if I later then put it on an album and release that, and you also buy that, then you are getting a different version. You are, you're not getting the same thing twice. So I think that made sense. I hope my playing wasn't too awful. When I watch this video back before I upload it, if I don't know, I might be just really embarrassed about my playing, and this video may never see the light of day. I'm waffling now, so I'm going to press the red button. Thank you for watching, and keep checking out my videos. I'll see you soon.